Hello, YattaMagnus here. Wanted to talk to you guys today about Pet Sematary. Now, quick spoiler warning, in order to talk about this movie, there's some aspects that I'm definitely going to spoil. So if you haven't seen the movie, the old movie, read the Stephen King book, and you're excited for the remake, then maybe don't listen to the story here, or listen to me talk, turn it off. But if not, I just wanted to talk about it real quick because I'm really excited about the remake that's coming out. I recently rewatched the old movie. Well, I recently read the book for my podcast, and then I rewatched the old movie last night, maybe 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago, and it's a little bit cheesy, but sometimes it feels kind of like you're watching like a soap opera. The music isn't very spooky. It kind of goes a little overboard, but the story involves a family that moves into a house next to a busy road. The neighbor tells them about a pet cemetery out in the woods where all the kids go to bury their pets who've died over the years, and sometimes getting hit by cars and whatever on that busy road. But beyond the pet cemetery, the neighbor tells the dad specifically that there's a burial ground, where kind of a special burial ground to bury your loved ones or whatever. And the family cat gets hit by a car, and they go out there to bury the family cat just because the neighbor says, come with me, there might be a better way than having to deal with the repercussions of the kids finding out that their cat got hit by a car. So they go out and they bury the cat out beyond the pet cemetery, and the cat comes back the next day. Now the dad is freaked out by it, so he goes to talk to the neighbor. What did we do? And he tells him about the Micmac burial ground, some Indian burial ground that has gone been around for at least 100 years, probably more. And he tells him that if your daughter, I kind of thought your daughter wasn't really ready to learn about death, seeing the way that his wife freaked out earlier when he showed them the pet cemetery. If your daughter's not ready to learn about death yet, here's the cat. He kind of didn't really give him an option. He kind of just took him on this trip to raise the cat from the dead. Anyways, little bit of time passes, and the kid gets hit by a car. A little toddler, his son Gage, who's maybe 3 years old, and it's devastating, and the dad has to go through the funeral process. He has to just go through the loss of a child. And the neighbor comes over and says, I know what you're thinking, don't do it. I know the cat is definitely not the same. He's kind of a little different, but do not take your child there. It's like I'm responsible for more heartache right now than is fair to you, because you know a way to raise your son from the dead. So the dad makes plans, sends the family away, and he ends up raising that kid from the dead. It's a pretty freaky movie. It hits on some parenting anxieties that are just spot on. The book specifically does a really good job of taking you through the thought process of a grieving parent, dealing with something potentially supernatural like bringing a loved one back, and what the repercussions would be. You'd have to go into hiding because you had a funeral. Everyone knows your kid's dead. It's like, what are you going to do when he's back? So kind of goes through some of that. The movie touches on it a little bit, but the kid comes back and horror ensues. Ooh. So anyways, it's really good. The old movie has a little bit of cheese factor to it, but it's still really effective. Like specifically the scene when the kid gets hit by a car, you're just oh my god, this is freaking miserable. But I'm excited to see what they're going to do with the new movie. The thing that's really interesting about the new movie's trailers is they're not giving away the fact that the little boy dies. So I'm kind of interested to see, as people go to see this movie, who's going to know that happens, and blah blah blah. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to give it as a recommendation. Warning on the book specifically, it kind of triggered me a little bit as a parent. I started to feel like this, overwhelming sense of dread. I had a child at home, my oldest kid, when I first read it. My oldest kid was 3 years old, and so it was really hard to deal with the idea of my own kid going through that kind of thing. But so yeah, a little bit of a trigger warning is it deals with kids getting hit by cars in the road, and that's terrifying as a parent. But yeah, check out the movie, check out the book. Like I said, I've got a podcast episode on my Hail to the King podcast. I'll try to link it down in the description of this video. But yeah, I'm really excited for the new movie. It's got John Lithgow as the creepy neighbor dude. We've got, honestly, I can't think of the actor's name. He played John Connor in the Terminator Salvation. No, not Salvation. Just whatever. The Terminator franchise is terrible nowadays. But yeah, it has the guy who played him as the dad, and whoever knows who else. But yeah, go check it out. Peace.